So I decided to talk about movies, TV shows actually that I like. 2 videos in one day. Yes, I am in a very good mood. Please do subscribe if you haven't already done that. So the TV show at the top of my list is Teen Wolf. If you know me, then I guess that's a giveaway, because I'm actually a really big fan of Teen Wolf. The thing is, Scott is actually not my favorite. Scott is the main character's name. Styles is actually my favorite, and a lot of Teen Wolf fans, I guess they would agree with me, because Styles is just the life of the party. Teen Wolf is really, as the name suggests, a teen wolf. He got bitten in the forest one night. He was like at the right place at the wrong time. The interesting thing for me about Teen Wolf is when Scott got bitten by the alpha, he did not want to be a part of his pack, so he basically created his own. So throughout the movie, you have like a group of 6 friends that Scott will call his pack, and they go about dealing with supernatural problems, because you know us regular humans can't, because supposedly we don't know what's happening. Another reason why Teen Wolf is at the top of my list is because of the ending, because naturally I won't watch a show or a movie if it's too predictable, because like what's the point? So the ending really, like, it threw me off. I was not expecting, and that's the greatest thing about Teen Wolf. That's one of the reasons why I love it. Up to this day, like I'll just be bored in the house and I'll just put Teen Wolf on just for the heck of it. Number 2 on my list is Grimm. Also, if you know me, then this would have been very obvious to you. Grimm is actually a movie. It's a favorite of mine and my mom's, because it's like the TV show that we really bond over. So Grimm is a supernatural TV show. It's really with this man named Nick Burkhardt. Yes. So Nick is a Grimm. A Grimm is somebody that can see supernatural things. So kind of like, let's use Tino for example. So Scott is a wolf, right? Say Scott would like transform into a wolf, and say us regular human beings couldn't see him for a wolf, we just still see him as a human being. As a Grimm, you would be able to see him as a wolf. So that's what a Grimm is. And the show follows Nick as he transitions into the Grimm, and so his journey begins. Grimm is also actually high on my list because of the ending, but I suppose if you really sit down to watch it, you will see the signs. But for some reason, when I first started to watch it, I really didn't see the signs. The ending just caught me completely off guard. It was I was actually blown away, because it was like the plot twist of all plot twists. It was really crazy. But the thing about Grimm is, when you're a Grimm, you shouldn't be friends or associates with Vesson, because that's what they call it. Like for people that can change into a bird or a wolf or whatever, they're called Vessons. So for Grimm, as a Grimm, you shouldn't be like friends with a Vesson. I mean, not all Vessons are bad. You have some very nice, harmless ones. So usually a Grimm just goes around killing the bad ones. So another interesting thing about Grimm is that Nick was actually friends with a lot of Vessons. Of course, it was new to Vessons too, because like Vessons, you know, they were thought to stay very far away from Grimms, because a Grimm will kill you. So that was really interesting to watch through the whole entire 6 seasons, because you actually you could see his growth and how he gained like a new friend with every season. And the whole movie was very interesting to me, and it was like a lot of fun to watch, because I usually watch it with my mom. Next on my list is Pretty Little Liars. Who've seen it? Have you? It's really good, but it's actually it's very scary. I'm not sure if that's just me, but watching it, I could never like watch it at night, because it was really scary, and I scare easily. So I always try to watch it in the daytime. Also, it's very long, you know, it's like 7 seasons, and every season have at least like 20 episodes, 22. So it's very long, so you have to like really be committed to sit down and watch Pretty Little Liars. So Pretty Little Liars is really about I think it was 4 or 5 best friends that had to deal with a lot of bullshit because the leader of the group, she was basically very mean to everybody. She made an enemy, she made it like at least one enemy every day because she just go around and bully people and pick on people. So I guess it just came back to bite her in the ass. Like, a lot of people wanted to kill her and she couldn't actually figure out who wanted to kill her because she was so mean to a lot of people. It's actually a very good watch. So that's actually number 3 on my list. I really don't know why it's number 3 on my list because it's not, I mean, it was very good, but I'm more into supernatural series. But Pretty Little Liars is actually, it's worth a watch, so you can check that. Number 4 is Vampire Diaries. I have a feeling that quite a few of you guys have been waiting to hear me say Vampire Diaries. Maybe it's just me, but I have a bad habit of not liking the main characters, and whenever I watch something, because I hate Elena. I don't even know why I'm saying this with a smile, because I hate that girl so bad. It's one thing that really bothers me throughout the entire 8 seasons, 8 seasons, is the fact that everybody's life revolves around Elena. Somebody always have to die so she can live. That was so irritating to me, and it's actually like, I think it's a thing with the writers, because if you look at originals and legacy, it's basically the same thing. Everybody has to die because their whole entire life revolves around one person. For Vampire Diaries, it was Elena. Truthfully, I haven't like watched the entire 4 or 5 seasons of original. I think I stopped at season 3, but I did I am watching Legacies. I think it's currently at season 3, episode 9, or is it season, I'm not even sure, but I'm actually up to date with Legacies. So back to Vampire Diaries. It's really a good show, because especially for me, because I'm a really big fan of Damon. I hate Stefan and Caroline. I love Damon and Caroline. Bunny also, and Klaus. He is actually one of my favorites through the entire series. And I wish, I mean, I know they have like originals for him, but originals was kind of not what I wanted to watch. I wanted it to be different, and it wasn't. So that's why I didn't complete originals. But Vampire Diaries is, it was even though I hate Elena and Stefan, it was actually a very good watch for me, because I was really good at skipping out all the Stefan and Elena parts, so that works too. Because as I said, I'm a very big fan of Caroline, so I mostly like watched it for Caroline, Damon, and Bunny, for all the people that I like. So you can definitely check out Vampire Diaries. Oh, sorry, I realized I didn't actually say what it's about. It's about 2 brothers falling in love with the same girl, and she's actually destined to be with only one. She didn't end up with the one that she's destined to be with. It's filled with drama. It's also a little scary, but it's a good one. Next on my list are The Walking Dead and Z Nation. Again, if you know me, then you should have seen this coming. Walking Dead and Z Nation. I am talking about both of them at the same time because I want to compare the differences. So for Walking Dead, is basically like zombies overrunning the planet, and people have to fight to survive and all of that. It's actually really good, because when it just started, like, I was so excited about, like, I couldn't wait to watch Walking Dead, you know. But eventually you get tired of the same thing. So at about season 6-7, I started to get like tired, because I mean, it was like people dying, you meeting new people fighting zombies. It was really just the same thing, so I kind of did get tired of it. But it's a really good series. I would rewatch it if I get the chance, because the episodes are quite long. I think every episode is like over an hour or so, but it's actually really good for me, especially because I really like zombie movies. But why I like Z Nation and why I'm comparing Z Nation to Walking Dead is because Z Nation is the same zombie thing, apocalypse, blah blah blah, but in Z Nation they have a cure. The cure is actually in a man named Murphy, this ugly purple dude, but it's so fun. I would always compare the two, because in a way I would have really liked it to be one series and not two. It's like you have half of the puzzle here, half here, and you want to put it together, but you can't because it's not meant to be together. What I'm trying to say is I wish they had come together and made it one series instead of two, because it's really like I want to watch Walking Dead, but I also want to see a lot of stuff from Z Nation into Walking Dead, vice versa. So it's kind of you know, iffy for me, and that kind of annoys me, but I will watch both of them just because of how I see it. And the differences, they're really interesting to me, but I feel as if it could have been better if they had merged. Next on my list, Misfits. That's a European series. This is actually, they should have been higher on my list, because oh my god, the very first time I watched this, I think it was like about 16 years old when I watched this, and I swear I could not stop laughing. I laughed so hard I cried. I mean, if I watch it now it won't be as funny, but back then, you know, like it was so crazy. But Misfits is actually really good, but it's really about I think it was 4 or 5 disobedient kids. Not kids actually, because I think they're all over 18. Yeah, they didn't listen to anybody, they wanted to do their own thing, so they ended up at what they call it, detention center, something along the lines. Yes, and they got struck by lightning, and then they got superpowers. What was very interesting about the superpowers is that my favorite character, Nathan, he was actually immortal. They actually didn't find that out until the ending, when he died and came back alive. Another one, Curtis, he could see the future and he could like change the past, whatever. Another power, what's her name again? I don't remember her name in Misfits, but her name is Claire in The Good Doctor, because she come in Good Doctor also. Her powers was really interesting, because her power is that, I guess it's because she's a sexual person. Whenever you touch her, you know, come into contact with her, you immediately want to have sex with her, and you will say like the dirtiest things to her. Oh my god, that was so interesting to see the through the entire series. I'm missing somebody, the creepy one. His powers, he got the invisible powers, and I mean, when you think about the characters and the powers that they get, I really understand it, because it's like you don't just get like a random superpower. I guess it kind of gives you a power that will suit your personality, so that's also why it was interesting to me. The last two on my list is Marvel's Punisher and Inhuman. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Inhuman first, because I'm really mad at Marvel because they canceled it, and I do not get I mean, I kind of can understand why they would cancel it, but it was so good to me, and I still feel betrayed, because it was such a great series for me. So basically Inhuman is about supernaturals, you know. They were living on Earth and everything was okay, but then I guess the humans started to overpower the supernaturals in growth size. Yeah, so they decided to migrate to the moon, and they've been living on the moon for like years and years and years, and then they decided that they wanted to go back to Earth. Actually, some of the whoever decided they wanted to live on Earth, and the king was like, no, that's not a good idea, whatever. The king had a younger brother. The funny thing about Inhuman is the younger brother, his power is to be human. Messed up, right? So that's why he was always mad about everything. And what he did was, in secret, he created like his own army of the citizens on the moon that wanted to go back to Earth. And in the beginning, that's what they did. So the younger brother and his army overpowered the king, and they decided that they wanted to go back to Earth. It actually did not play out like that, but the king actually the king, his wife, her younger sister, and I think 2 more of the king's friends, I think they ended up on Earth, but the plan was completely messed up, because they went about it very wrong. the interesting thing about the king is that he actually can't speak, because whenever he opens his mouth, I really don't know what it is, but what would you call it? I have no idea. But like when he opens his mouth, he destroys everything. So the king doesn't talk. His wife Medusa basically speaks for him. So Inhuman is actually a very good watch for me because of Gorgon, because he's actually my favorite. He's not the main character. Again, I love all the non-main characters. Gorgon is actually my favorite. He's like the black man, this really big black dude. He's actually like part human, half horse. So that was very interesting for me. Kind of like Narnia, yeah. But yeah, that's it for Inhuman. And then so I actually didn't get to see a season 2. The ending was really, it was really interesting for me, and that's really why I was mad, because you don't just leave a good ass ending like that to not carry on all the season. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Punisher, Marvel's Punisher. This actually should have been at the top of my list before Grimm, team of everything, because for one, it's Marvel. I'm a very big fan of Marvel. 2, it's not a supernatural movie. It's really like an action series, and for me, why I love Punisher is because of the backstory. So what really happened in Punisher was that you have this guy, ever since he was like a child, he had this friend. So my guy now, his name is Frank, right? So Frank met his friend when he was younger. Frank had his mom, his dad, you know, a very loving home, everything was fine. His friend did not so much. His friend didn't have anything, but Frank, you know, included him in everything straight up into adulthood. So they went into the army, served time together, all of that. Frank got married, had kids. The friend didn't, but Frank still, you know, had him around and everything all as well. So I think they went on like a mission while they were in the army, something completely illegal, and something happened. And then after they got back, I guess some people wanted revenge. So the friend actually started a company and he started making money. So now that he has money, I guess he felt like he no longer needed a friend, a family, whatever. So he was in on the plan to kill Frank, his wife, and his kids. They actually didn't get to kill Frank, but they did kill his wife and his kids. Why I really love Punisher is because when you think about it, it actually happens in real life. You know, you have a friend and you swear for them. You tell people, oh, this is my best friend, this is my sister, this is my brother, they will never hurt me, I love them, blah blah blah, and they turn out to be the one to hurt you the most. So that's really why I love Punisher. Very graphic. You will see a lot of things that you do not want to see in Punisher, but if you can get past that, I promise you it is a very good watch. And that is it for the movies I like. Tell me what you think. You can also comment other TV shows that you'd like me to check out, because I can definitely do that. I have like, not say I have a lot of free time, but I do have like a lot of free times. So please comment and let me know what you think, guys. Yay, bye.